Heavy rain and thunder delayed and cancelled public flights while Taylor Swift's private plane landed at Sydney Airport, Australia. The superstar's private plane landed in Sydney despite weather problems. Lightning even hit the tail of the plane, but despite everything, Taylor Swift's private plane was still able to land with minimal delay. At least, several commercial flights scheduled to arrive at the same time were cancelled, delayed and diverted due to severe stormy weather in the city. The runway at Sydney Airport was closed for about 2 hours on Monday afternoon due to thunderstorms and lightning strikes in the area. Meanwhile, Swift's private plane landed at Sydney Airport just before 1:30 p.m. After only about a 20-minute delay, the music superstar left Melbourne around midday on Monday ahead of the next 4 days of shows on her Eras tour, with fierce thunderstorms hitting Sydney at the same time. Loud claps of thunder and a downpour rocked the city just before 1 p.m., when Swift's flight was scheduled to land, but the storm subsided around 2:30 p.m. The flight was delayed a little over 20 minutes. With more than 3,000 fans watching on Flight Radar 24, Swift's jet parked in the airport hangar so she could leave the plane to travel privately to her hotel in the city. After landing, she joined a convoy of cars where she was allegedly taken to a penthouse at Crown in Barangaroo. The pop superstar will perform 4 shows in Sydney from Friday before she heads to Singapore. During her final show in Melbourne on Sunday, she revealed she will be revising her rule of never performing the same acoustic surprise song more than once on her Eras tour. "I want to be as creative as possible with the acoustic set moving forward, and I don't want to limit anything or say, if I played this song, I can't play it again," she said. "So, from now on, I don't want to take any paint colors out of the paint box or tools out of the toolbox. I want to be able to play songs more than once if I feel like it, and I want to be able to make changes to songs. Does that sound okay?" The crowd erupted in applause. Taylor Swift surprised her fans when she made a major announcement in Melbourne, Australia, on Sunday. The singer, 34, told the crowd at her latest concert that she'll no longer ban herself from performing any of her acoustic surprise songs more than once on her Eras tour. "That was to challenge me to really get to all the ones that I just don't naturally gravitate towards, and I feel really proud about having done that," the Bad Blood songstress began. "But this is sort of a public service announcement to everyone who might be anywhere else on the tour, or whatever, or watching this. We have a lot of people. We're very lucky to have a lot of people watch this on the internet and care about these shows if they're not here. I've just been kind of rethinking, and I've been thinking I want to be as creative as possible with the acoustic set moving forward, and I don't want to limit anything or say, if I played this song, I can't play it again," she said. "So, from now on, I don't want to take any paint colors out of the paint box or tools out of the toolbox. I want to be able to play songs more than once if I feel like it, and I want to be able to make changes to songs. Does that sound okay?" she added. Immediately after the Cruel Summer singer made the suggestion, the 96,000 attendees inside Melbourne Cricket Ground erupted in applause. Then, Swift surprised the crowd with a mashup of Come Back, Be Here from her Red album and Daylight from her Lover album. Swift's second surprise song of the night was Teardrops on My Guitar, which she played on piano. And those performances came one day after she delivered a mashup of Getaway Car, August and The Other Side of the Door at her February 17 show at the same venue. Swift, who announced her new album, The Tortured Poets Department, at the 2024 Grammys earlier this month, wrapped up her 3 Melbourne shows with a message to her fans on Instagram. "Melbourne, what do I even say to you after over 288,000 of you came and danced with us in the last 3 nights? That was unforgettable. You were on another level. Thank you for the memories. I'll revisit the ones from this weekend often," she wrote on Sunday while posting a series of images and videos from her recent Australia concerts. Taylor Swift is set to rake in millions while she's down under, with the pop superstar playing 7 sold-out shows on the Australian leg of her Eras tour. Swift played to a crowd of 96,000 fans each night for her 3-concert run at Melbourne's MCG over the weekend. These were the biggest shows the 14-time Grammy winner has ever played on tour, prompting her to call the Aussie city the love of my life. The megastar is in Sydney next, where she'll perform another 4 sold-out concerts to a crowd of 80,000 Swifties each night at Accor Stadium. According to reports by News Corp, the U.S. singer is making a whopping $27 million per 3-hour show, which equates to $150,000 per minute or $2,500 per second. As to how much Swift actually pockets herself, one industry insider previously estimated she would earn about $5 million for each of her 7 3-hour concerts in Australia, or $35 million in total. That's after costs are deducted for transport, accommodation, product and publicity, as well as fees for venue hire and management. And, of course, ticketing partners will take their share. This is just an estimate though, with the insider noting the industry keeps associated costs close to its chest on the grounds of commercial inconfidence. Bloomberg and Forbes both estimate Swift is now worth a whopping $1.1 billion following the success of her Eras tour. Bloomberg estimates Swift's music catalog is worth $400 million, she's earned $370 million in ticket sales and merch, $120 million in streaming, has $110 million in real estate and has made $80 million in music royalties. The Eras tour is the first in history to gross over $1 billion in revenue, making it the highest grossing tour of all time. Meanwhile, Swift's The Eras Tour concert film is the highest grossing concert film of all time, raking in $261.6 million worldwide. In an electrifying display of musical prowess and heartfelt tributes, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour lit up Melbourne, Australia, with unforgettable performances and surprise songs that left the audience of 96,000 spellbound. Among the highlights was a poignant tribute to the late Olivia Newton-John by Sabrina Carpenter, Swift's chosen opening act, which resonated deeply with fans, both in the stadium and around the globe. As Swift now sets her sights on Sydney for 4 anticipated shows, it's clear that the Eras Tour is not just a concert series but a celebration of musical epics and personal tributes that unite fans across generations. As the lights dimmed and the stage was set, Sabrina Carpenter took a moment to honor the memory of Olivia Newton-John with a rendition of "Hopelessly Devoted to You" from the iconic movie Grease. This tribute was not only a nod to Newton-John's incredible legacy in music and film but also a heartfelt connection to Melbourne, where she was raised. The performance struck a chord with the audience, amassing over 2.1 million views for one video alone, highlighting the enduring love and respect for Newton-John a year and a half after her passing from breast cancer at the age of 73. The choice to repeat this tribute on the second and third nights of the tour underscored the significance of the gesture, marking a memorable moment in the Eras Tour's journey through Melbourne. With a setlist spanning an impressive 44 songs and extending over 3 hours, Taylor Swift's Eras Tour in Melbourne was more than just a concert, it was a marathon celebration of her musical journey. The Melbourne leg of her tour not only featured surprise songs like "Come Back Be Here Daylight Mashup" and "Teardrops on My Guitar," but also set a new record for Swift, with 288,000 attendees across 3 shows. This achievement shattered her previous record at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, which saw 74,000 fans. Swift's gratitude towards her Melbourne fans was palpable as she expressed her appreciation for their support and enthusiasm, making the Melbourne shows an unforgettable experience for both the artist and her audience. Her excitement was further amplified by the significance of performing in front of 96,000 people, a milestone that underscores the immense popularity and impact of the Eras Tour.